Hey guys! I know it's been a while, but today I'm doing another video here by you, your friend Dylan Dude. I'm talking in his voice to be irritating. I like to do that because reasons. Today we have something new. I said in previous video that I would start with Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and I think the first thing to start off so I can properly introduce myself is my own deck tutorial, or not tutorial, but profile. So, this is my deck. I got 3 Edge Imp Sabers. You'll be mainly using the Edge Imp Sabers in this deck to get out the fusion monsters along with my fluffals. Next, we have 3 Edge Imp Chains, which will be used to get the Fright for Sheep. Personally, chains is really cool. What you do is you attack, and then when it attacks, you get another chain to your hand, so, chain. And when it's into the graveyard, either by a card effect or using it as a fusion material, you get to add a Fright for card. So, like, Fright for Fusion, so you can get another sheep out, or if you have other cards in the graveyard, fusion summon with those. Next, we only have 1 Edge Imp Saw. It has a pretty cool effect. By discarding a fluffal monster, you get to draw 2, and then place 1 from your hand to the top or bottom of your deck, which can come in handy if you don't have, like, polymerization or stuff like that. Now getting into the fluffals. We have 3 Fluffal Mouse. Fluffal Mouse. What's amazing about this guy is you get 1 on the field, and then during your main phase you get 2 others. So like, it's really good for fusion materials for something like Fright for Tiger, so you can blow up more of your opponent's field. Essential are the Fluffal Dogs. When they're normal summon, you get to add a Fluffal or a Edge Imp Sabers, which comes in really handy. And not to mention, if you really don't need that stuff and you're just going to use Fluffal Dogs by itself, it's still a level 4 1700 attack monster, so pretty decent in itself. We only have 2 Fluffal Wings to go along with our toy vendors that you'll see later on, because I hate drawing into multiple of them at the same time. Like, I had 3 at one time, but it was just way too much. So there's only 2. Of course, I'll tell you more about what the Fluffal Wings do when we get into the fill cards. 2 Fluffal Bear, because, to set them toy vendors by discarding it, or use it for Fright for Bear. 1 Fluffal Owl, summon it, you get a polymerization, or you can have it on the field, and you don't even need to use polymerization or another fusion card to fusion summon, but you have to pay 500 lifelines, and you can only use 1 of the effects once per turn. Only got 1 Fluffal Sheep. Again, like the Fluffal Wings, you don't want to get 2 in your hand. That is just horrible. You get it out because you control Fluffal, and you special summon it, and then, send 1 Fluffal I control to the hand. I think you can send Fluffal Sheep back to your hand, and then get Edge Imp Sabers out. So that's just a good way to get, like, Sabers out without having to, like, special summon it another way. So we got a Fluffal Rabbit and a Fluffal Cat. Fluffal Rabbit, use it for fusion summoning, and you get an Edge Imp Sabers, or a Fluffal monster from the graveyard back to the hand from the fusion summon, or, from any other part of the graveyard. It's pretty much the same thing with Fluffal Cat, except, you get polymerization back. Main purpose of the deck, 3 polymerization. I'm going to use this to fusion summon. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, let's say you don't draw on the polymerization. Of course, you got the 3 Dark Fusion. Dark Fusion is, in a sense, even better. It can only be used for Fiend, but, you know, with the same rules as polymerization from the field and hand, but it, when you fusion summon, the fusion monster cannot be targeted by monster effects or any other card effects at all this turn. So that can come in really handy to protect it against, like, spell trap cards. We got the Fright for Fusions. Let's say you polymerization for Fright for Tiger, blow up their field, do that with the same stuff that you used for the graveyard, get Wolf out, do multiple attacks. You can OTK very possibly if you get this in polymerization and some other cards in your hand. We got 3 Toy Vendors, which is going to be the real engine of the deck. Basically, you just discard a card and draw a card, and if the fluffle gets added to your hand, if not, it gets sent to the graveyard, which is good, because let's say you draw another Toy Vendor, gets sent to the graveyard, but when Toy Vendor is sent to the graveyard, you get a fluffle or an Edgem Sabers to your hand, or if you send Sabers to your graveyard, or you can put 1 card from your hand on top of your deck, special summon Sabers, and you could also get it with Chain, and then get a Fright for a card to your hand. So, all in all, pretty good. Now, you gotta have those cards to clear the field. So we got 1 Dark Hole and 1 Raigeki. Raigeki is limited to 1, and I know I can have 2 Dark Holes, but you know what? I just don't know why I don't feel like putting another Dark Hole in there. So, yeah. Raigeki is a nice card, too. $25 card. Don't mean to brag, but yeah! 2 Mystical States. Let's just call them MST. 2 MST. Simple, destroy spell trap card. Whether it be their spell trap card or even like your own Toy Vendor, and then you can get, Sabers or Fluffle out of the Toy Vendor. 1 Foolish Burial, of course, for like getting a Fright for card from the chain, or being able to get Sabers onto the field by getting 1 from your hand top for your deck. 3 Fusion Reserves come in really handy. Let's say you have to go first, you place 1 down. Of course, if you just use this right off the bat, you won't get a polymerization out of your graveyard, which it does, but you'll still be able to get 1 of the fusion materials. So you activate it, you reveal a fusion monster, and then you get 1 of the materials from your deck to your hand, and then polymerization from your graveyard to your hand, which is really cool, and it doesn't have a downside like most other cards. Torrential Tribute and Bottomless Trap Hole, basically to stop them from getting anything really good out. Downside Torrential Tribute, you're destroying your own stuff too. But Bottomless Trap Hole is always good. Staple, just so you can, like, let's say they get something really good out. Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon, etc. Yeah. And Banished. It's really irritating. And last card of my deck, just confirmed against that 1 occasion when your opponent is attacking you. Magical Cylinder. Always a good card. Comes in for some handy burn. Now to the main core of my deck, which is the extra deck. Yeah, boy. We got 3 Fright for Tigers. As many, you destroy the cards on the field equal to the number of fusion materials you used, so yeah, that comes in handy clearing your field with the Fright for Fusion. You can also get out 1 of the 3 Fright for Roofs, 2000 attack, and they can attack as many times as many materials that you use for its summoning. So use 4 to get this guy out, like a Fluffle Mouth and Edgem Sabers with polymerization. And then you blow up most of their fields. Usually they don't put that many cards down, to which they would deplete their whole hand and be replying on top deck. And then you'd use Fright for Fusion to get Fright for Wolf out, and they'd have pretty much a clear field. And, OTK. 2 Fright for Sheep. They cannot activate, like, spell trap cards or whatnot. Yeah. Activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, so that can come in handy. And, of course, if they kill it by card effect or by battle, it gets brought back from the graveyard with 800 more attack. So the only way to really keep or kill Fright for Sheep is to, of course, kill it twice in the same turn, which can be difficult. I got 2 Fright for Leo. I really don't use him as much, but comes in handy. They got a strong monster, you destroy it, and then take damage for it, just like Flaying Wingman or something like that, except you don't have to destroy it by battle. Downside is you can't attack them directly the turn that you use it with this card. You can attack directly with other cards, though. I got 3 Fright for Sabretooth. It just comes in handy. You got a fusion monster out, you use it with other cards. If you use 3 materials or more, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, so basically, indestructible little Sabretooth. And then you have to use that, of course, with another Fright for Fusion monster, and then you bring that Fright for Fusion monster back, or any other one from your graveyard. And all Fright for monsters getting like 400 attack, which is awesome. Fright for Bear. Simple, destroy monster by battle, equip it to it as an equipped spell card, and it gains 1000 attack. Again, I really don't use this one as much either. I rely on Sabretooth, Sheep, yeah, on the other ones. And Fright for Chimera. Pretty hard to get him out, but when you do, he has 2800 attack and a wall of text, which I will read now. Must be fusion summoned, no other ways. If this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent can activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, so like Fright for Sheep. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster to your side of the field, but its attack is halved. And this card gains 300 attack for each monster that you control that is owned by your opponent. So, I don't know, you get a somewhat strong monster in your field, but its attack is halved, which kind of crappy, and it gains some attack. Again, I really don't rely on this guy at all. Of course, by discarding the I forgot to talk to you guys about the Fluffal Wings. You discard that for your cost to draw a card with the toy vendor, and then you banish it and one other Fluffal monster from your graveyard to draw a card, and then you can destroy your toy vendor to draw another card, and then toy vendor is destroyed, so of course Fluffal or Inabgent Sabers. So that was my deck profile, Fluffals. I am known as the Fluffal King at school. Sorry for not making a video in a long time, but thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!